There comes a time, my God, there comes a time when you have to stop explaining your worth to someone who should have recognized it from the start. There comes a time when you have to withdraw your presence so they can feel the weight of your absence. Somebody say, I'm done teaching what should have been learned. You see, when people become too comfortable with your kindness, when they start treating your loyalty like it's expected instead of appreciated, that's when you know it's time for a shift. Let me tell you something, one of the most dangerous things in any relationship is familiarity without appreciation. Oh, I feel this in my spirit today. When someone becomes too familiar with you, they stop seeing you as a blessing and start treating you like you're just another part of the scenery. They stop handling you with care. They stop saying thank you. They stop making an effort. See, when they first met you, they prayed for you. They admired you. They cherished every word that came out of your mouth. They studied you like a book they never wanted to put down. But what happened? Somewhere along the way, they got comfortable. Somewhere along the way, they forgot the value of what they had. And let me tell you something. When someone forgets your value, they will start mishandling you. It happens in every area of life. Think about a brand new car. Oh, when you first get it, you park it carefully, you wash it every weekend, you vacuum the seats, and you don't let anybody eat inside. But give it a few months. Now you leave crumbs on the seat. Now you don't care if you hit a pothole. Now you don't even bother to clean it. Why? Because you got too familiar. And the same thing happens in relationships. When people get too comfortable, they stop cherishing what they once pursued. They stop doing the things that made you smile. They stop putting in effort because they assume you'll always be there. But let me tell you something, you are not to be taken for granted. Somebody say, I am valuable. The danger of familiarity is that it blinds people to what they once saw as special. They forget that your kindness is a choice, not a requirement. They forget that your patience is a gift, not an obligation. And if you don't set a boundary, if you don't teach them the cost of taking you for granted, they will keep mishandling you because you allowed it. Oh, but today is a new day. Somebody say, no more. No more will you tolerate being overlooked and underappreciated. No more will you allow someone to treat you as an option when you were a prize from the very beginning. Because here's the truth. If they don't appreciate they will have to feel your absence. Some people only wake up when they experience loss. Some people only understand your worth when you remove your love, your patience, your time. And that's not being cruel. That's called teaching a lesson. Because the real tragedy, oh, listen to me. The real tragedy is that some people don't realize what they had until it's too late. And when they do, they will look back, they will weep, and they will say, I was a fool to take her for granted. But by then, you will have already moved on to something greater. Because a woman who knows her worth does not wait around to be appreciated. A woman who knows her worth walks away when she is no longer valued. So today I challenge you, stop tolerating neglect. Stop waiting for someone to get it together. Stop letting someone reap the benefits of your love without putting in the effort. Because if you don't teach them now, they will never learn. And by the time they realize their mistake, you will be long gone. Let me tell you something. People will only treat you at the level you allow. Oh, I feel this word for somebody today. If you tolerate disrespect, neglect, or inconsistency, you are silently teaching them that it is acceptable. You are giving them permission to dishonor your presence and disregard your worth. Listen to me. You set the standard. Every single day, in every interaction, you are teaching people how to handle you, how to value you, and how to respect you. And if you don't demand respect, if you don't set boundaries, if you don't hold people accountable, they will keep taking advantage of you. Oh, I know it's hard. Some of you have been giving chance after chance. You've been excusing bad behavior, hoping that one day they will wake up and appreciate you. But let me tell you something. People don't change because you tolerate them. People change because you require them to. See, let's take a look at life itself. If you go to a luxury hotel, they have rules, policies, and high standards. You don't walk into a five-star resort acting any kind of way because you know the standard is excellence. You know that if you don't respect the environment, you will be removed. But let me ask you this. Why do we understand that with businesses, but we don't apply it to our personal lives? Why do we let people get away with mistreating us? Why do we keep lowering our standards just to keep someone around? It stops today. Somebody say, I am raising my standard. Because the truth is, people are always watching. They are studying what you accept. They are testing how far they can go. And if they see that you forgive easily without requiring change, if they see that you stick around even when you're mistreated, if they see that you love them more than you love yourself, oh, they will take advantage of it. But today I need you to hear me. You were not created to be walked over. You were not created to be ignored, overlooked, or mistreated. God did not put you on this earth to be a stepping stone for somebody else's convenience. You are here to be loved, cherished, and honored. And if someone refuses to do that, if someone refuses to meet the standard, you walk away. Because let me tell you something, your absence will teach them what your presence never could. Oh, I feel this so deep. Some of you are waiting for a person to change when you haven't even changed the standard. You haven't even forced a boundary. You haven't even taught them that you are not the same person they took for granted. But today is the day. Somebody say, I am done teaching lessons with my tears. I am teaching with my actions. Because when you start valuing yourself, when you start holding people to a higher standard, you will notice something. The wrong people will fall away and the right ones will step up. So stop waiting for them to get it. Set the standard. Stop explaining your worth. Enforce it. Stop begging to be treated right. Walk in the confidence of knowing that you deserve it. Because when you do that, oh, listen to me. When you do that, they will either rise to meet your level or they will leave. And either way you win. There comes a time when your words are no longer enough. A time when your explanations, your patience, and your pleading fall on deaf ears. A time when the only way to teach someone your worth is to remove yourself. Oh, somebody needs to hear this today. Your absence will teach them what your presence never could. See, some people don't recognize a good thing until it's gone. Some people won't appreciate the warmth of the sun until they're standing in the cold. Some people won't cherish the light until they are left in the darkness. And here you are, exhausted, pouring and pouring, giving and giving, trying and trying, while they sit there unmoved by your effort. And do you know why? Because they assume you will always be there. They assume that no matter what they do or don't do, you will stay. But the devil is a liar. Somebody say, no more. Your presence is a privilege, not a punishment. Your love is a gift, not a guarantee. And if they refuse to cherish you, if they refuse to respect you, if they refuse to pour into you the way you have poured into them, then they are about to learn the power of your absence. Because let me tell you something, when you leave, the lesson begins. When you step back, they will feel the silence where your laughter used to be. When you stop calling, they will realize that you were the only one reaching out. When you stop fighting for them, they will understand that it was always you holding things together. And oh, the regret that will hit them. See, some people are too arrogant to appreciate you while you are there. They think they have all the time in the world. They think you will always wait. They think they can take you for granted, and you will keep showing up. But today, they are about to get a rude awakening, because you are done teaching with your words. You are done begging to be valued. You are done settling for less than what you deserve. And let me tell you what happens when you remove yourself. The wrong people will panic, but the right people will pursue. Oh, you better hear me today. When you step back, the ones who truly value you will step up. But the ones who were only there for convenience, the ones who only benefited from your presence but never honored it, they will disappear. And let them. Because here's the thing, the lesson is not just for them, it's for you too. Your absence is going to teach you that you don't have to fight for a seat at a table that was never built for you. Your absence is going to teach you that when you stop begging for love, you make room for the love that is meant for you. Your absence is going to teach you that you were never the problem. You were just in the wrong place. Oh, somebody needs to receive this today. You have cried enough. You have explained enough. You have lowered yourself enough. But now you rise. Now you step back and let them feel the weight of your absence. Now you stop chasing and let them see what life is like without you. Now you move forward with confidence, knowing that your presence is too valuable to be wasted. And when they finally realize what they lost, when they come running back, when they send those late night messages, when they suddenly remember how much they miss you, oh, it'll be too late, because by then you will have already moved on. Let me tell you something. Your value is not up for debate. It is not something that can be argued, bargained, or diminished based on someone else's inability to see it. You are valuable, period. Whether they recognize it or not, whether they appreciate it or not, whether they cherish it or not, your worth remains the same. Somebody say, I know who I am. See, the problem is not your worth. The problem is who you've allowed to determine it. You've been looking for validation in people who were never qualified to measure your greatness. You've been waiting for confirmation from individuals who don't even recognize their own value, let alone yours. But today, you are stepping into the realization that your value is not up for negotiation. Oh, I feel this word so deep. Some of you have been discounting yourselves just to be accepted. You have been shrinking yourself just to be tolerated. You have been lowering your standards just to keep people around who were never meant to walk with you in the first place. But the devil is a liar, because let me tell you something. When you truly know your worth, when you truly understand what you bring to the table, you stop settling for spaces where you have to beg to be appreciated. Let me put it to you like this. Do you ever see luxury brands negotiating their price? Do you see a high-end designer bag begging someone to buy it? No, because the brand knows its worth. Whether one person sees its value or not, it remains the same. And yet here you are, a rare, priceless, one-of-a-kind masterpiece, and you've been letting people treat you like you're replaceable. Oh, but no more, somebody say, no more discounts, because the moment you realize that your presence is a privilege, the moment you understand that your love is a gift, the moment you stand in the fullness of your identity, oh, listen to me, you will stop negotiating your worth. You will stop begging for people to love you right. You will stop tolerating inconsistency and disrespect. You will stop giving your energy to people who don't even deserve access to you. Because let me tell you something, you are the prize. And a prize does not chase. A prize does not beg. A prize does not lower itself to fit into spaces where it was never meant to be. A prize stands in confidence and allow the right people to step up and meet the standard. Oh, I feel this for somebody today. You have wasted enough time trying to convince people that you are worthy. You have cried enough tears over people who refuse to value you. You have waited long enough for someone to treat you the way you deserve. But today, you walk differently. You talk differently, you move differently, you carry yourself differently because you know who you are.